So what we'll talk about today is the difference between the large gunner kennel and the extra large Roughland. As you can tell, the large gunner is huge, heavy, big. The protection of it is going to be much better than the Roughland, but let's go over the sizes and specs and we'll get into that. So the difference in the gunner kennel, the price point's $900, and then the Roughland is roughly around $479. The added protection of the gunner kennel is much better than the Roughland. I mean, there's tie downs for the Roughlands and stuff like that. This is the older model, I think one of the first gens. When they first started getting popular, I'll say that I got the Roughland probably in 2000 and maybe 2019, 2020. And the gunner kennel is a loaner for my buddy. The weight of the gunner kennel is 72 pounds, and the weight of a Roughland is 42 pounds, so that's a huge difference. The Roughland is 40 inches long, 22 inches wide, and 29 and 7/8. The gunner kennel is 40 inches long, 28 wide, and 33 and a quarter height. So it's much higher and wider. So if you have an extra large dog, the large is going to be fine. And the Roughland's a little bit slimmer. That option has 2 doors. This one has 1. There's a lot of options with the gunner kennels. As far as easier to clean, the Roughland's going to be easier to clean. The gunner's going to be a little bit harder to clean. It's got some nooks and crannies you got to get into. If you put the pad in it, you got to take that thing out. It has the optional water bowl that goes inside, which is really cool. You can water from the outside, so you don't have to open the crate up. It has dual locking mechanisms on it, which is really nice. So not only when you shut it, it latches with a door, but also you have these extra locks here. You push in, latch, pull on the bottom and latch, which is a little bit more secure. You don't have to worry about a dog busting out. It's pretty nice. Also, when you water, you just pour in here and it falls right down into the bowl on the inside, so they can have the drinks. This one also has a fan on the side of it. This is optional stuff. Plugs in, as you can see, blow some air in there. Really nice heavy duty handles, which the new Roughlands come with these now, but doesn't have these hardcore tie downs like this. This is a much sturdier box in my opinion, but for the price point, you know, you're $1,000, and then for this you're right around 500, depending where you're going to get it from. Then on your Roughland doors, a nice thing about this is it's your standard door, and it opens from both sides. So if you have it in your vehicle, I'm not sure if you can change the gunner around. I would say you could. I've never fooled with it. Never had the option to do that as well. This right here gets a little dirty sometimes, that lip. I'm not a fan of that, but you can take it apart. Like I said, take it 2 pieces apart. Crash rating, I would definitely recommend the gunner for crash rating. People are saying these are good, but honestly, it's not much. It's better than nothing. I don't like to have my dogs just running loose in the vehicle. I like to have them in a crate just in case something was to happen. So for height comparison, my dog is 23 inches at the withers. I'll show you the difference in the size of the crates so you can get a little bit better warm and fuzzy on it. You can see she's 23 inches at the withers, like I said earlier. You can see the difference in the height. Way too much room for her in reality. This is, you know, should be appropriate size for your dog. This is too big for her. Maybe if it was a crate you wanted to leave in your house, it's possible you could do that. But this is something I would not transport her in, because really she's not big enough for that. And it's no different than having her loose in a vehicle if you was to crash, and it would, you know, sling her around everywhere and kind of hurt her. The better to appropriately size the dog to the crates. That way they can go in, turn around, lay down. That's what you want. So I'm going to put her in the Ruffland crate. Come on. Here. Come on. Go. Still too much room in reality for her. She has a lot of room to move around. That's an extra large crate. So the large, I actually haul her around in the intermediate. She fits perfect in it, so it does good. Okay. And as you can see, there's a wheel kit you can buy for it, also with a drain plug on the back of it. The drain plug comes with it, but the wheels don't. Buy the wheel kit so you can drag these things around, because they're definitely heavy. That's one good thing about the Roughlands. You can kind of muscle them around, but You can do these this way. They're just very big and awkward, and you have to drag them a lot of places.